So that's it for the battery backup lighting system. Now, if you wanted to go a step further and actually do some more useful work with the electricity that you generate, I would recommend getting a larger solar panel. I believe, off the top of my head, that if you got this particular charge controller, that SunSaver 6, which can handle up to 6 amps, you could have about a 50-watt panel max going into it. So I do have room to expand if I wish. And another thing that you could do besides adding more solar panels is to make AC power out of the electricity from the solar panels. And in order to do that, what you will need is an inverter. Now, what I have right here sitting on my couch is a 300 watt Samlex pure sine wave inverter. Samlex is the brand. Now, this only has one plug, as you can see from the picture here, but that will allow me to connect it onto one of those 12-volt batteries that I have and convert that 12 volts into usable AC power. And because this is a pure sine wave inverter and not a modified sine wave inverter, I'll be able to run pretty much anything off of this as long as it uses under 300 watts. This makes very clean power. Now, obviously my inverter is not currently hooked up to the system, and the reason for that is that when I originally built it, I only intended it to run the LEDs, and I only sized the wiring to work with the LEDs. If you're going to be drawing a high current from the battery, like you would if you were using an inverter, you would want to have much larger wires to handle that amount of current. Now, if you're thinking about putting an inverter in your system so that you could run household appliances with a normal plug off of it, I would also highly recommend using a larger battery. The batteries that I have in here, which are 7 amp hour, will run the inverter. I actually tested it the other day running this 60 watt in-can lamp off of it. And it worked. It only worked for about 5 minutes though, before the inverter started screaming at me with its little warning chime that it was running on low voltage. So I would probably get about a 34 amp hour battery if I had it to do all over again, or when these batteries die I'll probably upgrade to a battery that's about that size. Also, if you wanted to add one of these, just to give you an idea of the price, this was about $135. The company also makes other models that handle 150 watts or upwards of 600 watts, and those are all pure sine wave, and the prices fluctuate depending on how much they can handle. There's also other companies out there, and they also make some pure sine wave inverters and many modified sine wave inverters. You can use a modified sine wave inverter. Those are significantly cheaper than these, but there are some things that you won't want to use with a modified sine wave inverter. Things like some computer equipment, any alarm clock that uses the 60 Hertz sine wave to sync its time. You won't want to use those. I actually had an alarm clock that did that, and I plugged it into my modified sine wave UPS once and couldn't figure out for the longest time why it was not displaying the right time. It was driving me crazy. I thought the clock was broke. So yeah, things like that. Motors and fans won't run real well off of modified sine wave either. So just be aware of it. Research it online if you're curious. And there is a website that I will recommend at the end of these videos for you to find out some of that information. Now, I'm going to go ahead and pull a fast one on you and time travel to the future where it's dark so that I can properly test the system for you. I think that's only fair. So, oh, look at that. What the heck. Alright, I'm going to hit the lights here. Sorry about the fast-moving video. Now you can't even tell. Alright, make sure I don't hit anything. Use my flashlight here. So, here we go. System's on. And keep in mind that digital cameras such as this one are not very accurate indicators of the amount of light that something can put out because they will automatically regulate themselves. So I'm going to turn it up. Boom! Look at that. Oh, it's not actually that bright looking. But there you go. It's not bad. Here, I'll let you see the... look at that. Not too bad, and it is easier to read in person than it seems on the camera. So all of that energy being used for light has come from the sun. Every drop. Pretty nifty, eh? Well, that's it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned something from it. And hopefully it was a little bit more entertaining than the last few videos that I made. If you're curious to learn anything more about alternate energy, I would highly recommend the site altestore.com. That's like alternateenergystore.com, just abbreviated. That's a fantastic website, and they have gobs and gobs of information on there. There's a whole lot to learn. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day. You take care now, and God bless.